it was all really to serve the project, which was to, if there was some kind of higher purpose for all this stuff. They had a lot to say. There was things that needed to be said, that kind of news-giving griot tradition or whatever that Joe had, whether it's the movies or news or things. We were always trying to put vitamins in everything. I think that's why I was attracted to any of these guys in the first place, was like, I need to be a part of this thing because they have something to say.
Well, we're of that age where we actually, believe that music can be and was a tool for social change, because it changed me, changed those guys too. And we were of that tradition. We didn't take the space that we were occupying for granted.
It was more like an empowerment thing. It wasn't like, music now seems to make people feel like they should aspire to some kind of lifestyle of like the rich and famous or something, whereas I think we were trying to, you felt empowered, like you could, it was a punk thing.
It's a punk thing, it's that all-inclusiveness.
It's like really. You can, and I think you said this to me when I was kind of with the camera and I was like, can I do this? And you're like, if I can do this, you can do this.
It was that punk aesthetic of being all-inclusive. All you needed was a good idea and a motivation, man. And that was your membership card.
If you went to Bonds and you went backstage and you didn't have a ticket and you stood there, Raymond, who we still know, Ray Jordan, who was the security guy, would go like, right, come here, and they would stick a pass on you and shove you in the door. It wasn't like, you had to be special or, if you can be cool and hang and not like, kill the vibe, and then you're there to get the moments. And now I work at the company, and so they call me, weren't you around at that time? And I'm like, yeah, I have photographs that I took when I was 16 that I developed in my bathtub.
So it's people like you that are watching the Clash back kind of thing, which is cool. It's good that people like you are still on board this whole thing. You know what I mean? That ain't some young whippersnapper that thinks they need to fit into some kind of bracket.
Still some use for us old codgers who actually like know what, yeah, it's authentic because I always say, like, I think it was Cosmo's line, like, I don't know how to do anything else. We actually really believe in this stuff. We really believe in the shit that we're making and that it has value. Not value like, stock market value, but like value.
Cultural value.
Yeah, cultural value to like push the thing along and like turn people on.